Oh.
I actually have a fish on as we speak.
Oh, I will let you go. Do that.
Just in case. Oh my gosh. Double. Oh! Two, right? Just like that. At the same time. We're up bright and early today. Don't normally get up this early, but we're gonna get up early for a couple of reasons. One, go fish with some friends, and two, we'll look for a massive takedown. Last time I caught a fish at this place that we're going to, it jumped like 3 feet out of the water. So it should be an exciting trip. And a little superstition that I like to practice is I have this playlist that I listen to on the way to the lake, river, stream, whatever. And I listen to it every morning until I skunk. Once I skunk, switch up the playlist. And I won't tell you what's on the playlist, one, because it's a little embarrassing, and two, it's proprietary information. But if you leave a comment down below, I'll let you know if you're right or wrong.
Alright, I didn't
Good?
do anything. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll probably get out like past these buoys and then start trolling. Alright, we made it out to the lake. It is now 8 o'clock and we just dropped our lines in. I'm trolling one on the downrigger right here, one on just top line right here. Both plugs, just plugs that I had tied on for my last video. Gotta take a quick second to brag about my little plug box here. I just organized this yesterday, so this might be the cleanest you'll ever see it, but I got all kinds of different plugs. Some of them you've seen before, some of them are new. Looking to switch it up as the day goes along and see what works. Like I said before, the fish that I hooked here before were really good fighting fish, specifically the trout. And so that's what I'm hoping I can hook up with today. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get a few jumps out of them. And if we're even luckier, we'll get them in the net and get to show them to the camera. So, and I'm also fishing out here with Ash, she's behind me, trolling as well. I'm not sure exactly what she's using, but something a little bit different. So between the two of us, hopefully we can figure things out, find the fish, and catch them. But using my saltwater knowledge, oftentimes I don't really think of freshwater fish as following the bait like the saltwater fish do, but they really do. I don't know why, it's just a mental thing. I feel like the freshwater fish are just kind of roaming. But I see a lot of birds in this area, so I'm pretty sure they're chasing some bait. So we're gonna do a few loops in this little area, see if I mark the bait, maybe mark some fish, or even get hooked up along the way. There's a fish, fish on the downrigger. Not sure what this is, but we're hooked up. Right after we went over this, or through under this little bridge here that you see behind me, I marked a couple fish right on the other side of it. And then obviously something big here. I'm not sure what this is. There's all kinds of different fish in this lake. There's bass, trout, crappie, catfish, salmon. So, I mean, this could be anything. Maybe it's a trout coming in. Oh, I think it's a trout. There it goes, now it's fighting. Got him. Beauty. Take a look at this guy. So one of the reasons why I came to this lake is because the fish here, they have a little bit different stocking program than some of the local Bay Area lakes. So the fish that they have in this lake are a little bit nicer, in my humble opinion. Look, there he is right there, look at that. Got that plug hanging out of the mouth. That's a nice little, I think that's a male. It's almost like getting a hook jaw there. Anyways, first fish on the board. We'll throw them on the stringer. This one's a little bit skinny, to be honest, but they definitely get a little bit fatter than this, so let's get this one on the stringer, throw our line back in, and see if we can find us another one. See that. big mouth. So I'm trolling 2 different lures right now, and I always feel like if one's catching the fish, obviously I want to switch over to that, but just one bite doesn't necessarily mean that this lure is like that much better than the other one. So I always feel like 1 could be a fluke, 2 is okay, there's something to it, so let's investigate that a little more. If I get 3 bites on this one and nothing on this one, then I'll definitely switch it out. Even if I get 2 bites on this one to 0, then I'll start switching out. I always feel like one's not enough to get the full data set. A little update, it's now 12:36 p.m. Probably about 3 hours since our last fish, well, our only fish. And it's been tough. Haven't really had much action. Been marking a few more fish, and I've been swapping out lures like a madman left and right. I've tried spoons, spinners, different colored plugs, different size, different weights, and haven't been able to figure it out just yet. Right now I went back to the original one that I caught the first fish on this rod, and then I had my tried and true, the pink and orange on this side. So, still feeling confident, but man, a little bit of a tough bite out here. But I'm still not giving up hope. I still think we can find some fish before the day ends. Just gotta stick to it, keep trolling, troll hard, stay focused, and be ready for that bite. So when it comes, we gotta convert. So anyways, that's the update for now. As far as the weather goes, we couldn't ask for much better than we have right now. The only thing we could ask for is a bite or 2. So let's see if we can make that happen. Yeah, fish on. Fish on. Right back in the same little spot as before. I'm not sure what this is. It's not fighting like a trout, I feel like. Oh, Ash is calling me. Hello?
Hey, is that you back at the dock?
No. I just went under the bridge.
Oh.
I actually have a fish on as we speak.
Oh, I will let you go. Be back.
Okay. It's been a long time coming to their last bite, so I want to make sure this counts. Just playing nice and easy. Let him do his thing back there. Not going to pull on him too hard, just slow and steady. We got a nice flexible rod here to really absorb any of those head shakes or anything. Just kind of pull him in, almost as if he doesn't know what's going on, because he kind of does. And this is on my new favorite color lure. I'll show you this one in a second. But I've been doing really well on stock trout with this color. Oh, we gotta jump. We gotta jump. I didn't see it, so it jumped back there. Like I mentioned earlier, this lake has so many different species. I mean, who knows what this is? It could be a trout. I'm hoping it's a trout. But it also could be something else, which is kind of what it's looking like now. It's getting closer. I think it's a bass. It's not the target species, but that's okay. I'm happy to catch any fish at this point. Oh man, look at that run. I'll be the first to tell you I'm not a great bass angler, but sometimes catch them by accident, fishing for other stuff. Not the first time, definitely won't be the last. And this one is putting up a good fight. I could slow down and probably bring him in a little faster, but I want to keep this other rod trolling just in case. Oh! Actually get bit. Get bit. Oh, just in case. Oh my gosh. Double. That was a nice sized bass, I must say. Yeah. I think that's a spotted bass. Not totally sure. Yes, I'm doubled up. I got a second one on. Okay, hold on. Let's kill the motor. Let's figure this out. I'm just gonna put this one in the net, put him in the water so that he stays oxygenated. All right. got on this side? I'm thinking it's probably another bass. Definitely a lot smaller than this one. This one put up a good fight. Little guy. And, oh, it's a trout. Holy smokes. Was not expecting that. I thought this was going to be another bass. Let me get him in the net here. All right. Doubled up. All of that trolling for nothing, and then two, right, just like that, at the same time. We got one. I'm pretty sure that's a spotted bass. Like I said, I'm not a bass guy, so don't quote me on that one, but I think it's a spotted bass. And then on the other rod, at the same time, we got a double with this nice little rainbow. Not gonna lie, this guy doesn't look the healthiest. He's a little skinny. Big head, but kind of skinny. But regardless, it's a rainbow. Rainbow and a spotted bass. I'm pretty sure that's a spotted bass, correct me if I'm wrong, but anyway, nice little fish. As far as I know, these don't get as big as their largemouth bass cousins, so I think that's a nice fish. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a bass guy, so I wouldn't know if it's a big one, small one, or just an average one. But regardless, I enjoyed it, so let's let him go. All right, dude, thanks for playing. Go on. Here he goes. And there's our two trout. Honestly, that last one, especially this one right here, looks a little skinny. Probably not too much feeding going on that fish, but anyway, it was a fun fight. Nice little bit of chaos. Maybe the bite's turning on. Let's get our lines back in and see if we can find us another one. There's a fish. There's a fish. There's a fish. There's a fish. I keep my troll going just in case. You never know when that second one might come. I would have never caught that second or that other one if I didn't keep this going. Oh!
Oh!
Trout! Finally, a legit jump from my fish. The other ones didn't have it in him to get out of the water, but this one just did. He wants to go to this side. Alright. You want to go to this side? We'll go to this side. Alright, I guess I gotta get this rod out of the way. A lot going on here. Here. Okay. Oh, it's a salmon. Oh no. The salmon. Yeah.
No.
Alright, well, I don't know if we're going to have a king salmon season in the ocean, so this might be my one shot at catching a king this year. Okay. Alright, the king. Apparently not only do the trout like this pink and orange, salmon seem to like it too. Well, there you have it. Second species, or third species of the day. We got a bass, we got a trout, and now we got a salmon. That's a king salmon, landlocked king salmon. And it's another species that they have in this lake. Make sure he doesn't squirm away. We'll throw him on the stringer here and get a nice little mixed bag going. Not a bad little stringer there. A couple of nice rainbows, and then a bonus king salmon. All right, just got off the water. Fun little day out there. Honestly, not really what I was expecting. I was targeting trout the whole day, which is kind of what I was hoping to catch. And the trout fishing was a little tough, but we were rewarded with a couple of extra bonus fish. And like I mentioned a couple times out on the water, This lake in particular has a ton of different species, so it's one of the reasons why I like fishing this particular lake. And while we're here, thought I'd show you the setup that I was using to catch these fish today, so you can go out and catch your own. And while we're at it, I'll answer a few questions that I've seen on recent trout fishing videos. So starting off with the rod and reel, honestly I don't think the brand is super important, but I like to go somewhere in between 7 and 8 feet. I think that's a good range. You can go a little bit longer if you like the longer rods, or you can go a little shorter if you like them a little bit shorter. It's really up to personal preference, but I do like a rod with a soft tip. A little hard to see with this background, but on this rod it has a really soft tip. It's probably easier to see if you go back and watch some of the fish that I was fighting. But I like that for one reason, and that's because those trout especially have really, really strong head shakes, even for a smaller fish. And that soft tip on the rod will do a good job of absorbing those head shakes so that there's not too much pressure on the hooks themselves when you're fighting them. And ultimately, you'll lose less fish because of that soft tip. So anyway, that's what I like. I like to use braided mainline. This is 15-pound braid. And then I have about a 4-foot liter of fluorocarbon. And this is, I think this is 6-pound fluorocarbon. I don't know. I tied it on here a little while ago. Kind of forgot. But I like to use 4 to 6 pound depending on water clarity and the fish that I'm targeting. So I tried a wide variety of different baits today. I tried spoons, I tried spinners, I tried all different colors, sizes, weights, and all the fish that I caught today came on these pins minnows, which is becoming my favorite lure for targeting these trout. First one, rainbow, came on this one. This is a, I believe, don't quote me on this, I'll put it in the comment section, but it's the bigger size of the 3. I think this one caught the second rainbow, which is the same thing, it's just a little bit shorter version. And then this one, which is becoming one of my favorite colors. I never used it before this season. Started using it this year and it's been slaying all the rainbow trout. It's the pink on top, orange on bottom Yozuri Pins minnow, and this is the middle size. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's like 2 3/4 or something like that. And I'm going to do a much deeper dive into those lures in particular, with like trolling speeds, water clarity, all this kind of stuff with these pins minnows on another video on my second channel. And I'm not sure if it's going to be posted by the time that this is posted, but if it is, I'll leave it linked down in the description. If not, you'll just have to sub to my second channel so that you're ready when it comes out. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. Another fun day out here on the lake. Like I said before, the ocean is still my home. If I had to choose one and leave the other, I would choose the ocean 10 times out of 10. But luckily, I don't have to do that. And it's nice to come out to the freshwater and target some different fish every once in a while. So, fun little multi-species day out here. It was good to fish with some friends. While we're at it, make sure you check out Ash's channel. We'll be doing some more fishing together soon. But until then, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.